So I'm doing this video for a friend of mine, Iman. She's a doctor here in the UK, but originally from Ghana. She called me yesterday early in the morning to ask me, hey, what is this new Home Secretary saying? I've seen so many headlines, but I just want to hear from you. What did she say really? So we all know that the Labour Party had a conference a couple of days ago, and during that conference, Shabana Mahmood, the new Home Secretary, she gave a speech, and she said very, very important things. She said a few things about this ILR, immigration, and all of that. And I'm sure, just like Iman, most of you would want to know, but there's so many chaff in there on the internet. People are saying so many things. So in this video, I've just summarized it into 10 key points, okay? The things that Madam Shabana Mahmood said, okay? So that you understand, okay? Just summarize the entire of her speech into 10 key points, which relates to immigration, okay? So stay tuned. Stop that. So hi guys, welcome once again to my channel. So for those of you who are wondering, why do we have Shabana Mahmood? I thought the Home Secretary was Madam Yvette Cooper. Oh yes, Madam Yvette Cooper is still around, yes, but there was a reshuffle of ministers. And Madam Shabana Mahmood, who was MP from Birmingham and a barrister, was moved to Home Secretary. And Yvette Cooper was moved to Foreign Secretary. What brought about this reshuffle, I have said it into detail in another video. So the Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Rayner, there was a scandal with regards to property tax and all of that. So I think she resigned and there was a reshuffle. So now Madam Shabana Mahmood, from just a few weeks ago, is now the Home Secretary, okay? And I think this is one of her major first speeches that she's giving. So most of you are seeing her for the first time, but this is her. She's a beautiful Muslim woman, and I think she's the first Muslim woman to be Foreign Secretary. And what did she say in her speech? She said many things, but the ones that are in relation to immigration, ILR, migrants, and all of that have been summarized into 10 key points. The first thing that she said is that contribution is a condition. So we all know that they are definitely going to double the ILR, the qualifying period for skilled workers and migrants, from 5 years to 10 years. That's the Labour Party, the current party in power. They said they're going to do that. They are saying that they're going to have a public consultation later on in the year, and then they'll come up with a final verdict. However, with what she's saying, I feel like they've already made up their mind, and I've said this in so many of my videos. It looks like they've already made up their mind. So they are saying that contribution is going to be a condition. Yes, you should have contributed meaningfully to the UK economy, to the UK society, to the UK in general. And she said, yes, it is a condition.
Crucially, it also means setting rules that ensure contribution to this country is a condition of living here. Because I know that the British people welcome those who come here and contribute, but contribution is a condition of that welcome.
Now, what we did not know before is that we only thought that this contribution was only meant for economic contribution. So we were thinking along the lines that, oh, maybe people that make meaningful contribution, let's say in terms of taxes and all of that, are the ones that are going to be favored when they double it to 10 years and all of that. But she said that this contribution is not just economic ties. She said societal contribution is also a condition. We'll explain that further. She explained that the contribution criteria includes not claiming benefits, paying your national insurance, having a clean criminal record, volunteering. That's the new one. Volunteering. What do you mean? And having a high standard of English.
I will be proposing a series of new tests, such as being in work, making national insurance contributions, not taking a penny in benefits, learning English to a high standard, having no criminal record, and finally, that you have truly given back to your community, such as by volunteering your time to a local cause.
So that's the first point, you know, the fact that she emphasized that contribution is a condition, because we know that they are saying that they are going to increase the qualifying period from 5 years to 10 years. However, they are saying that for some people, they may have the shorter routes to settlement. Okay, so for some people, they might still have 5 years, or for them, they might still have, let's say, 6 years or 7 years instead of the 10 years that they are thinking of increasing it to. But some of the requirements include volunteering. Volunteering? What do you really mean? Now, the second point is that she said the English language requirement, they're just not going to expect you to speak just basic minimum English. You're supposed to be able to speak English to a high standard, okay? Now, they haven't really come out to say that we expect you to have band 7 in English or in IELTS exam or whatever for ILR. They haven't really come out to explain the specific, but they're saying that not just basic English. They want you to be able to speak English to a high standard. So that's point number 2. Now, let's go to point number 3. They are saying saying that a clean criminal record with no benefits reliance. So if you have ever claimed benefit, if you have any sort of conviction on your record, it's either going to delay you getting ILR or you're not going to get it at all. Remember, they want to cut down the numbers because they are all scared of these 800,000 plus people that are going to get their ILR and be eligible to claim benefits. They are scared of that number. So whatever that they would do to cut down the numbers, they are going to do it. So guys, we have to also be very careful. Those that are on visas, skilled worker visa, other visas, and are doing certain things that you know that are not legal, but you don't think you're going to be caught, like maybe doing more hours than you are expected to do, working other jobs that you know you're not expected to work for another employer more than a certain number of hours, but you're doing it, and all of that. Be very careful because they so much want to decrease the number of people that they are giving this ILR to, so we have to be very careful. Now, we do this already. At the moment, even with the 5 years, you should not have a criminal record. You should be able to speak English. You should write a life in the UK test. You should be working. You should, like, all of these exist already. To me, the only thing so far out of the 3 points that is new is this volunteering and societal contribution that they have brought, and the fact that she's emphasizing on the high standard of English, which we all don't know whether they are going to increase the band score for the IELTS test that they expect us to do. Now, point number 4 is this volunteering thing and giving back to society. So she says that you should be expected to give back to your local community. What does she really mean?
That you have truly given back to your community, such as by volunteering your time to a local cause.
Is she saying that if I'm a nurse and I'm caring for people, I'm putting my health and my life at risk by exposing myself daily to different diseases and, you know, etc. in the hospital, is not enough contribution to the society? Is it not enough? Is she saying that I still have to go and register with an NGO and help and not be paid? That is when they know that I'm contributing to the society. Is that what she means? Because this is new. We all heard economic contribution. We did not know that they are expecting us to go and volunteer as well. We didn't know that. So now you have to have volunteered to get ILR. Yeah, so she basically mentioned community engagement, engaging in volunteer work. So basically, they are not only expecting you to be paying high taxes, they want you to be contributing to the society and the community. The 5th point is that she did mention that the baseline is going to be 10 years. The baseline for qualifying for ILR is going to be 10 years. Yes, they are going to double this 5 years to 10 years. And only those that make meaningful contributions to the economy, to the society, have no criminal records, speak high level of English, etc., are the ones that are going to get the ILR or hopefully get a reduced qualifying period. She emphasized that those who meet higher thresholds are going to get their own sooner. So let's say you tick all the boxes, you speak high standard of English, you're volunteering in your local community, maybe for an NGO, you have no criminal record and all of that, maybe you get a shorter period. Now, the 6th point is that she emphasized that they are not going to apply this new 10-year qualifying period retroactively for those that are already settled. So you know that just a few days ago, Mr. Nigel Farage came to say that for him, they're going to abolish ILR, and even those that have ILR already would have to reapply to stay in the UK. Now, they are saying that they are not going to do that. They are not going to say that those that already have ILR, now it is not valid and you have to reapply. No, they're not going to say that. So that was the only reassuring bit. They're not going to say that. For those of you that applied through the old rules and you got your ILR, it's fine, okay? If anything at all, it'll just be those that are yet to apply. The point number 7 is the point that she mentioned that, which I have done a video about already, that they're going to, you know, other countries that refuse to get migrant deportees and they delay in getting deportees when they are trying to deport those illegal migrants back to their countries of origin, and their countries of origin delaying taking them back and all of that. Such countries, they are going to bear the consequence. What they are going to do is that they are going to reduce the number of visas that they issue to people from those countries in general, even if they are coming through legitimate means, and they are going to sort of like punish them through that. And I've done a video about it. I'll link that video if you want to know the details. She also mentioned that they are going to control the borders, you know, stop the small boats coming in, people coming in as illegal migrants and all of that. Then point number 9, she spoke about her personal life story about, you know, when her parents came to the UK and her parents did more than just work. Her parents volunteered, they engaged in the community.
The British people have always welcomed those who come here, who work hard and who give back. Time spent in this country alone is not enough. Just like my parents, you must earn the right to live in this country for good. If you do, I know this country will welcome you.
So she's basically saying that for the Labour Party, their policy is not xenophobic. It's not like they hate people. It's not like they hate foreigners. It's not like they are racist, but they are just calling for a deserving settlement based on contribution. So me coming here to work for the UK NHS for 5 years is not enough. Me coming here to work for the UK care sector is not contribution enough. 5 years when other countries are giving nurses permanent residency from before they step foot into those countries. When people are getting their permanent residency in the first week of arriving in the US on the EB3 visa as nurses, and you think 5 years is not enough? The last point is that she says they will have to be unpopular. So she acknowledged the fact that a lot of people are not going to like the new policies, they're not going to like the new rule, but it is what it is. They have to do what they have to do. She said it's necessary for the system integrity. So if you look at all of these things that she said, most of them are not new anyways, okay? It's just because she's new and there was a speech and there was a conference and people are panicking and all of that. And it's just also because Nigel Farage, spoke all the things that he spoke about just recently. But the Prime Minister has come to call Nigel Farage's policies racist and not fair and all of that. And now it's like they are also giving their own speech about, all of that, because they know people would want to hear what they have to say, and this is what she has to say. For me, I think we've known this already. I mean, we've known this already. The only new thing out of all of these things is the fact that they are now expecting us to be volunteering. As a requirement for ILR, you have to be volunteering in the community and you have to be volunteering to the society. And when they say community volunteering, they don't mean you paying your taxes and your NI alone. They mean volunteering in the community, and they have not in the society. They said it's beyond just paying taxes. So that means they expect you to have, be doing some free work somewhere, or free unpaid voluntary work somewhere. So guys, that's registering to do unpaid voluntary services, just in case. But basically this is it. Honestly, I don't think there's anything new. All of these things we knew already, except this volunteer thing. But just subscribe to this channel if there's any update, the public consultation which we are waiting for. If there's any update on any of these things, I would come to do a video about it and summarize it for easy understanding. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Bye.